everyone, Chivos here, bring you another Hyundai A-League Fixture review for the fixtures of week 26. We have 1 week left to go, but let's talk about this weekend's fixtures that have just gone by. So the first game of the weekend saw Western Sydney Wanderers beat Central Coast Mariners 4-1. Castellan scored the opener early on in the first half before Luis Garcia managed an equaliser 10 minutes later. It's good to see the Liverpool legend scoring, but it definitely wasn't enough. Sandslab gave Wanderers the lead 10 minutes before the break when he managed to score from a rebound, and then he added a third for Western Sydney Wanderers early on in the second half. Sandslab proving he's quite a good player. You know, although he's normally bench material for Western Sydney Wanderers, he is still a decent player. And then Mitch Nichols put the nail in the coffin when he added the fourth goal for Western Sydney. It was the final goal of the game. Now, Central Coast get battered again. You know, it's a recurring theme this season. They've been battered and battered and battered, and they've been battered again. And then you do check Western Sydney, on the other hand. They could still win the Premier's Plate, and next weekend it is still anyone's game. But the second game of the weekend saw my team, Melbourne Victory, beat Wellington Phoenix 4-1. Now, I have not covered this match as I was unable to watch it, but I will cover it here because I have no other option. I wish I could have watched the match because it's one of the rare times in the last couple months, say 2 months, month to 2 months, that we've actually won a game. And not have we just won, we have dominated. We beat Wellington Phoenix 4-1, and I missed it. It's disappointing. Now, what can I say? Berisha opened the scoring. Incredible. Nice little flick across the back foot was incredible. Beat Glenn Moss at his near post. It's 1-0. Fantastic. Bozanic added the second when he found the back of the net, and he continued his goal-scoring run as well. But then Berisha was fouled by Durante. He was an idiot. He kicked out for no bloody reason, and he's got a red card. So he will be unavailable for next weekend's fixture. No doubt about it. And we play against Brisbane Roar next weekend, so it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt missing our key striker. Who we're going to play up there, I have no idea, so I'm quite interested to see what happens next weekend. Then, Riera was sent off for Wellington Phoenix when he picked up his second yellow card, so both teams were down to 10 men in the second half. Barbarouses then scored the third for Victory and his 6th of the season, not long after the red card. And it looked like things were going quite well. But then Bonavacia managed to grab a consolation goal for Wellington. But it was not enough because George Howard scored the 4th goal for Melbourne Victory and his 1st goal of the season. Now, I know he doesn't get much game time, but you'd think he could score a bit more than one in his season. But we've won and we have secured our place in the final series. Are we going to do well? I honestly don't think so. There's some good teams in there. I think we're going to struggle. But, we've overcome Wellington Phoenix. And that is all I can say. We've done well. The third game of the weekend, I don't have much of a report here, but it did see Adelaide United beat Sydney FC 2-0. Bruce Gite managed to bag a first half brace. It did see his side overcome another disappointing Sydney FC side. They had a good start to the season. They just crumbled towards the end of the season. Now, the other thing is Bruce Gite really struggled. I think it's 1 goal in 18 matches or something at the start of the season. Terrible. But he found his goal scoring form at the crucial part of the season. He's helped Adelaide United get to where they are. And they're still in the hunt for the Premier's Plate, which is incredible. And Sydney FC, on the other hand, they have no finals football, which means their season is a disappointment. And Graham Arnold, what do you have to say? Because you're in a comfortable position earlier in the season, and now you've just slowly dropped down and further down the table, and ultimately, it's cost your side. The 4th game of the weekend saw Brisbane Roar continue their charge to the Premier's Plate, thanks to a 2-1 win against the 10-man Newcastle Jets. Leonardo opened the scoring when he gave Newcastle the lead from the penalty spot. And it looked like things were going good for Newcastle, but that wasn't enough to ruin the dreams of Brisbane Roar. They mounted a comeback. Enrique scored from the spot because Nigel Bogart, of all people, was sent off for the 2nd time in 2 weeks. How he was allowed to play, I don't know. He's given a red card last week, unless the match review panels on the FFA have just rescinded the decision. I don't know. I didn't hear any news about it, but he's played, he's been carded, and that's that. So 2 red cards in 2 weeks, Bogard. I feel sorry for you, mate. I really do. And was it deserved? Maybe. Maybe. No comment. Honestly, no comment. But that wasn't it. Thomas Broich, one of the best imports in A-League history, scored the winner for Brisbane. It does see them sit 1 point clear, the top of the table, with 1 game left to go. Brisbane, it's in your hands. You do overcome. You're gonna have to overcome Melbourne Victory. They do play Melbourne Victory without Bessart Brisha, which is good for them, but it's big. It's crucial that they win that game for the Premier's plate. And the final game of the weekend, a very interesting game. It saw an informed Perth Glory beat Melbourne City 3-2 and pretty much crushed Melbourne City's dreams of winning the Premier's plate. Keogh scored the first goal of the game in the 55th minute. Alright, no goals in the first half, 5 in the second. Incredible. But Andy Keogh broke A-League history when he scored his 8th goal in 8 successive games. And what can I say? 8 goals, 8 games, A-League record. It's not a good record, but I'll tell you what, Andy Keogh, you've done a job. I've sometimes he's lazy, sometimes I give him a bit of criticism, but he's done a job. He's broken a record, and good on him. I give him all credit where it's due. But then Sandor added the second for Glory 10 minutes later, and the wizard, the Spanish wizard, Diego Castro, added the third for Glory at the 70-minute mark. Now, the most exciting thing about Diego Castro, he's been in such good form for Perth Glory in the second half of the season. The owner of Perth Glory was at the stadium watching the game, and Diego Castro's agent was sitting right next to the owner. So whether they're striking a deal to keep Diego Castro at the club or not, I don't know. But it looks like he's enjoying life at Perth Glory. And will he stay for another season? I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments section below. And things did look comfortable for Glory. Then City tried to mount a comeback. Bruno Fornaroli added another goal to his tally 2 minutes after Glory's third, and he helped City have hope, which is what all they need. All they need is hope, and things can happen because they are a fantastic side. Marino added the second for City in the 2nd minute of injury time. There's still 3 minutes to play after that, but it wasn't enough as Perth Glory came out the winners. They beat Melbourne City 3-2. They hurt them so bad because Melbourne City were in the title hunt, and now they've dropped 3 points. They could have been on the top of the table, but a loss to Perth Glory sees them sit, I think, in 4th now, which pretty much rules them out of title contention. The only way Melbourne City can win is if every other team ahead of them loses. But we're talking about the table. I'll bring you to it now, and we'll see what's been going on. So here we are. Brisbane Roar top the table, 47 points. They have a point gap over Adelaide United. They have a point gap over Western Sydney Wanderers. And then there's another point gap in front of Melbourne City. So the top 4, 3 points separate them. Technically, anyone can still win it. Now, I don't have the fixtures in front of me. Don't get me wrong. I'll tell you what, though. I should be able to bring them up. Can I? I can. So here we go. We'll check the fixtures for next week. We have Melbourne City take on Adelaide United. It's a must win for both sides. If Melbourne City win that, they still have a chance. Central Coast play Newcastle Jets. That means nothing. Melbourne Victory play Brisbane Roar. Brisbane Roar need a win. If they don't win, they might not win the Premier's plate. Melbourne Victory are without Bessart Brisha. We'll talk about that later on in the week. Wellington Phoenix will play Western Sydney Wanderers. Western Sydney need the win so they can try and win the Premier's plate. And the last game, Sydney FC versus Perth Glory, doesn't mean too much, but it does help Perth Glory. You know, if they can pick up a win and Melbourne City lose and Western Sydney lose, who knows? Perth Glory could finish in 3rd. And that could put them up against Melbourne Victory, I do believe, in the final series. So it's a big weekend. Now, Melbourne Victory round out the top 6 on 40 points. Sydney FC 31, Newcastle Jets 27, Wellington Phoenix 25. And Central Coast Mariners on a lowly 13. Now, Fornaroli, 23 goals so far this season. Jamie McLaren on 18. Bessart Brisha 17. Castro 13. Aaron Moy on 11. Most assists, Aaron Moy killing it as he always has. Is it going to come up? It doesn't look like it's going to, which is a bit disappointing. I do think he's still on 18. Can we go to saves, or is it just going to bug out It looks like it's bugged out. So I'll tell you what, we're not looking at that tonight because it's not coming up. So we're just going to have to see the table and see the Brisbane Roar. It's in your hands. Oh, here we go. Finally, something's coming up. Most saves. It's just glitched out. Most assists. Aaron Moy on 20. He's back 20 now. Incredible. Barbarouses on 7. Look at the picture. It doesn't even fit. But 7 for Barbarouses. 20 for Aaron Moy. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Saves. Birighetti finally overtakes Sorensen with a week to go. It's still anyone's game. Glenn Moss still in there as well. So these three keepers fighting for it. But Birighetti does top Thomas Sorensen in the saves. Now, completed passes. We do have Corona. He's taken it out. There's no doubt about it. No doubt. And clearances at the moment. Durante on 94. Del Pierre's come up on 86. I think Durante is going to take it. Can he get 100 for the season? Maybe he can. But the point is, Brisbane Roar, it's in your hands. Are you going to take it away? John Aloisi, what are your plans for next weekend? Because you do face a Melbourne Victory side who are starting to find some confidence. So Aloisi needs to do something special. But that is it for my fixture review for the fixtures of week 26. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content. And hopefully I catch you guys on another video.